How is it going, everybody? I am Donut. This is, of course, a Black Lives Matter, All Cops Bastards, and Trans Rights supporting channel. If you don't like that, get the fuck out of here. This is Season 3 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Episode 12? No, Episode 13. God, I can never remember the numbers. Parting Shot is the name of this episode, which makes me think of, like, death throes, right? It makes me think of, like, somebody taking the last shot right before they die, like they're parting out of this world. Like, you know, it obviously could just be something like they're leaving an organization like S.H.I.E.L.D. or, you know, Hydra, like somebody's like, fuck, I'm getting out of Hydra and here's my parting shot, or fuck, I'm getting out of S.H.I.E.L.D., here's my parting shot. But I think it's more of a death thing. I think somebody's going to die this episode. And they're going to do something, like they're going to also get a good shot in on somebody else while they go out. Maybe not kill the other person, but they'll get a good shot in at least on them. Who would that be? Hunter and Bobby seem obvious because they're in the plane with Malick going to the facility. That could be it. Like, you know, getting off of, like, killing Malick, because Malick is completely unneeded at this point. So they could do a thing where either Malick dies and gets off a parting shot at Hunter and Bobby and kills them, or Hunter and Bobby, one of them die and gets off a parting shot at Malick. Or one of the two Inhumans maybe, but that's less of a big thing. So yeah, I think that's my guess. Something involving Malick. Well, at the very least, I am very glad that Hunter and Bobby are out of the show. This you know, this whole episode felt incredibly forced. I know about the post reaction. I have been told about the spin-off, the Marvel's Most Wanted, and I know that it, you know, they were trying to get them on that spin-off, and the spin-off failed, and it never actually went anywhere. I don't know if that means they're going to be brought back into the show at some point, but I really hope not. I really hope they could just stay out of the show. And the fact that, like, this was, you know, whatever to me, because I'm like, yeah, we're going to be cutting around with them all the time and whatever. But the fact that they were supposed to get a spin-off does make me hope that we're not going to get them anymore in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which would make me very, very happy. You know, I really, like, Hunter I liked at the beginning and have slowly, you know, started, you know, not really liking him both as a person and as a character. Especially this season, you know, as a character, I've not really been liking him just because I don't know where the fuck they were going with him. And Bobby, as well, I wouldn't say I've ever really liked Bobby that much. She's always been incredibly low on my list of characters that I liked. And, but everybody really liked her, so I kept being like, oh, okay, well, you know, she's gonna do something at some point, but, nope, I don't know why people like her. She's very, very boring, and she didn't do anything, really, I mean, she did stuff, but she didn't really do anything character interestingly, throughout the entire show. There's really nothing I can point to about Bobby's character, you know, that I liked. She did some cool stuff, but, like, that has nothing to do with her character. Yeah, so, you know, I'm glad they are both gone. I have no idea what the spin-off would even be about. Like, especially with how this ended and everything. Legitimately, the only thing I can think of was that the spin-off was supposed to be, like, Bobby and Hunter joining the Watchdogs or something. I cannot, that's the only thing I can imagine, you know, them doing post this. Just killing Inhumans. But, yeah, the whole ending scene, you know, I just did not. I know people like Bobby a lot. I don't know how people feel about Hunter at all. I've never gotten a single comment about Hunter. I don't think that hasn't been like anti-Hunter. I've gotten like 2 or 3 comments that are I don't like Hunter, but you know, I'm sure that might be the minority or something. But I know Bobby, everybody loves her, so I'm sure people are hating me talk about this. But I don't care. I don't like, you know, honestly, if I'm being 100% fully, completely honest, there's no scene in the series or in the MCU that I would enjoy more than seeing Lincoln kill Hunter. I really cannot imagine that there would be anything in the entire MCU that would bring me more happiness than specifically that. It would be so cathartic. That's all I want. That's all I mean, really, I would just love to just have some note that just they were killed by some inhuman at some point. If we're never gonna get them in Shield and everything, just to wrap up their whole plot line, I would really enjoy it if just at some point we just got word that they were killed by an inhuman. It doesn't even have to be Lincoln, just any of them. Don't care who. And yeah, man, this episode really just was to show how low S.H.I.E.L.D. could go. Like, I've always been against them from the very beginning, but before they weren't like, government lapdogs. The agents were, because the organization itself was basically a government, but the organization wasn't lapdogs to the government. Whereas now, at this point, in order for the S.H.I.E.L.D. to function at all, they kind of need to be slobbering all over Uncle Sam's boot. So, I'm not saying I understand the necessity and why they have to do that. I am saying the fact that S.H.I.E.L.D. can only operate by bootlicking is, and the fact they're willing to do that shows that they don't have truly altruistic motives. The agents can say whatever they want. Each of the agents constantly says like they're doing the right thing and they're good people, whatever. But we have been shown time and time again, throughout the course of the entire show, that they actively make life worse for everybody in the world. Every instance of them doing something heroic is the classic S.H.I.E.L.D. the classic S.H.I.E.L.D. saves someone from the... Why can't I fucking say this? The classic S.H.I.E.L.D. saves the world from something they caused. And then, they have the audacity to call themselves the good guys because of that. It's painful, man. It's painful. When we started this show, it really felt like they were going for the S.H.I.E.L.D. is the bad guys, and, we have our protagonists, Daisy and Coulson, who are really looking into S.H.I.E.L.D. and trying to, out the secrets of S.H.I.E.L.D., and Coulson was the one who was way more, I trust, you just gotta trust in S.H.I.E.L.D., just gotta trust in S.H.I.E.L.D., and then it really felt like we were leading up to, like, in the end, he was gonna learn, like, oh, I guess I shouldn't be trusting them, and especially with the Winter Soldier stuff, it felt like that's what we were building up to. But I don't know how much advanced knowledge the show has about the movies and everything, so I don't know if, like, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the show, their entire point was, Daisy uncovering all the secrets in S.H.I.E.L.D. and outing all the secrets of S.H.I.E.L.D. to the world. And then Winter Soldier comes along, and Captain America does that, and they're like, oh, well, now what do we do? Oh, I guess S.H.I.E.L.D. It really feels like post-Season 1, Episode 17 is where I start to lose what the show was trying to do at all. Because that is such a pivotal point that also feels like they would have gone even more ham into the S.H.I.E.L.D. being a bad organization. But post that, they go into the, we need S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D.'s a good organization. S.H.I.E.L.D. is the best organization in the world. We're all good people. I know we are the same as Hydra, but we're good guys. I don't... It boggles my mind. Like, that, I don't know. I don't even have words for it. It's insane that people think this is good. But the rule of, like, I never would have expected that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. would be the series that I am now having the most trouble getting through in terms of I really enjoy it for the rule of cool aspect, and I really enjoy it for how funny it is, and I really enjoy it for how much it adds to the universe as a whole. But, and there's a lot of characters that I really, really like in it, like Joey and Lincoln and Daisy I'm starting to like a lot more now, too. But at the same time, I mean, she works for S.H.I.E.L.D., so I'm never going to be able to truly like her. And, I mean, Lincoln's working for S.H.I.E.L.D. as well, so it's all the people working for S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm slowly liking less and less, and that's also the problem. All the characters that I do like, I only am allowed to like them for such a brief period of time before they eventually just start working for S.H.I.E.L.D., and I start hating them. So it's really like just, swimming upstream with this show. I was really not expecting this to be the show. Not that I don't like, I really like the show, but now I definitely can't say that I really like the writing anymore. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with the writing, man. I have no idea what they're doing with the writing, with the characters, with anything. I really like the scale of the show, I really like the tone and everything, but man, the writing... Season 2's writing was really good as well for all the aspects. That's also the thing. The writing of the show is really good for a lot of things and really bad for plenty of other things, which is why I'm saying, like, I can't really defend the writing anymore. Because the writing is really, really insanely good in so many aspects. But, I could say the same about Lost, though. Lost is the same way. It has fantastic writing in a lot of aspects, but at the same time, overall, I would not say that Lost has good writing. And I would say the same for S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D. has a lot of fantastic writing in it, but overall, I would not say that S.H.I.E.L.D. has good writing. I think Season 1, at the beginning of Season 1, had a lot of really good writing, but not in the. But then, the comedy was not very good in early Season 1, and the Rule of Cool was not very good in Season 1, whereas that is all, gotten better over time. But, yeah. I just... it bothers me so much. So, yeah. Where were we going? Where else am I on my notes here? We have the General Shadow Master, which is a really cool ability. Loved seeing that. Again, I'm not sure why they continued to try and fight it the entire time, even after knowing that they weren't able to fight it and that it was incorporeal and all that. And yet they still tried. They still were like, we got this. We can still, It felt like a stand fight, towards the end once they finally realized, like, okay, the only way to stop this is we have to get rid of the user. Or the person, I guess it is the shadow user. Getting a little bit more of Malick's plan, Malick does have plans of his own outside of whatever the plans of the Hydra and Human are, and he's still like, I don't really know exactly what his plans are, which is funny to me, because it really seems like he should, but it is just like we're saving the Hydra and Human guy, and we don't really know what the fuck his plans are, but we know that we're supposed to save him. It is, it is the other side of the S.H.I.E.L.D. coin that I'm talking about. They're just doing something because you think that is what you're supposed to be doing. Even though you don't have any logical explanation for why it's good, but you're just saying, well, it is good because we're supposed to be doing it. But anyway, Malick has his own goals. He sees the Civil War coming up, between the supers and non-supers, which is what I'm expecting. I think it's very obvious at this point. I was a lot more like, am I right about that? But I think at this point, I'm so 99% sure that the Civil War is going to be a civil war between the supers and the non-supers and everything. But yeah, so Malick is trying to fake allyship with them in order to have them on his side when that time comes. And makes sense, pretty obvious that he's trying to do something like this on the back burner. Like, he wants the leader of the Sanctuary State to be the Hydra and Human, of course, not him. But it's not like he's telling him any of this. I don't think so. I don't think the Hydra and Human knows anything about the Sanctuary State or what Malick is planning at all. Malick has a daughter as well who knows everything, which is very, very surprising. That was such a great way to do that twist of just her just slowly over the course of a couple seconds. I said slowly, but it is over the course of a couple seconds that she just reveals how much she knows. It was insane. Just, hey, Daddy, what's up? Hey, I was about to say grandma. No. It is his daughter, not granddaughter. Hey, daddy leader of Hydra who, Coulson, the guy from S.H.I.E.L.D. who used to be dead and all. She just knows everything about so much shit. But, we've never seen her before, so she's not a big cog in the machine. It is probably somebody that he is I want you to take after me or something. But it does seem like she might get involved in stuff now. And she's a better shot than he is, which they established. So they are building her up as she might be pretty scary. Now, I'm going to say something wild. If the people and the supers are not going to do anything about S.H.I.E.L.D. existing, and especially... the world is not stupid. They know S.H.I.E.L.D's still out there, especially a lot of the supers. The Avengers especially know that S.H.I.E.L.D's still out there and doing nothing about it. In fact, they're working with S.H.I.E.L.D. So, if the supers are going to do nothing about S.H.I.E.L.D., and if the people of the world are going to do nothing about S.H.I.E.L.D., Daisy and the Rising Tide, if they're just going to say, oh, well, I guess S.H.I.E.L.D. is the good guys and we're going to work with them now, then at this point, I feel like I, of course, side with nobody, but if I had to pick a side, if I had to, agree with the for the greater good mentality, if I had to, because that is what S.H.I.E.L.D. is as well. S.H.I.E.L.D. always talks about the for the greater good thing. So, if I am to side with a greater good mentality, I think I would have to side with Hydra in terms of not what their actual goals are, but in terms of, siding with if Hydra would be able to take out S.H.I.E.L.D., certainly the supers would then go after Hydra. The supers are not going to take down S.H.I.E.L.D., the people are not going to take down S.H.I.E.L.D., but they would take down Hydra. So if Hydra took out S.H.I.E.L.D., I wouldn't then be worried about Hydra because we have plenty of people that can handle Hydra without S.H.I.E.L.D. So I do think, you know, to if you're really talking about who is the more greater good, it really is Hydra taking out S.H.I.E.L.D. And, you know, that's of course not where the show is going, which sucks, but whatever. It would definitely be the most beneficial, you know, gain for the world in the end. So the sanctuary state, of course, is, you know, even before Malick was not really a sanctuary state. Unsurprising. You know, I wanted to be like, okay, well, there's two people saying this, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but, you know, if it's the government saying it, of course, it's going to be a fucking, you know, camp, of course. What do you expect? Like, I really should have just said it last episode. I kind of implied it with the, you know, talking about Anton and, you know, with the obstacles in his country and everything like that, but yeah, this felt so obvious that we were just going to put the not like give the Inhumans this place in the country, but just put them in this camp, put them in a bunch of cages again. The classic, you know, thing we're doing in the show: put a man in a cage, he's gonna come out, or put a man in a box, or put a man in a cage, put a man in whatever, he's gonna come out worse. And you know, I don't know, man. I talked so much about like this is clearly what the show is doing. The like even that the put a man in a box comes out worse. I don't know if that's what the S.H.I.E.L.D. is doing. It's a very death of the author. What the show shows and what the show says are two very different things. I think the show shows put a man in a box, he comes out worse, very clearly. It's so they beat you over the head with it, and yet the show itself doesn't seem to consider that one of its themes at all. It is an accidental beating you over the head with this message. And yeah, I wonder how much in S.H.I.E.L.D. is it? How much in S.H.I.E.L.D. am I just like, this is so obvious, but the writers are just too stupid to understand, or the producers are too stupid to see their own thing they're doing? Which, I mean, again, it's not surprising at all. Look at Cops in the Real World. It would make perfect sense for bootlickers writing a show like this to not see the actual message that they are delivering is way different than the message they're saying. But yeah, anything else I have to say about this episode? Not really, man. This is probably my least favorite episode. It's just fucking like, I'm glad Bobby and Hunter are gone. I don't understand I talked about it already. If somebody wants to explain to me, I don't fucking get we are disavowing them from the American government, but then we're also all going to go into this bar and have shots with them like that's totally fucking normal, and also we're all not a part of S.H.I.E.L.D. anyway, so why would it be weird at all for us to go have drinks with them in at all anyway? And it doesn't make any fucking sense. I wish they faced more consequence. Like, I was really into this episode for a long time, especially towards the end there, where I was like, oh shit, like, I thought they were going to be executed, and I thought that was going to be a fascinating way that we were taking their characters, or they were just going to be in prison or something. But, no, they just don't really face any consequences at all, except for being off the team, which is not really much of a consequence at all. Yeah, and I don't understand why they couldn't, like, it's we can't just sneak back on to do, like, office work or lab work or whatever, but like why would that be any, it's so forced. Why is that the thing that you're bringing up? Why wouldn't you be, just on the ship in case? Do you know how many times people come onto the fucking bus or the Zephyr and fuck shit up? It's fucking constantly. Do you know how great it would be just to have somebody on the fucking Zephyr or on the bus previously, that would just be there to defend it? Like, there's so much stuff they could do to just sneak back on, but then they are saying like, oh no, we can't just do that because we don't want to. It's such a sad, like, they make it out to be such a sad moment when it is Bobby and Hunter just saying, Coulson, actually we just want to retire from S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, this is not them actually facing any consequences. This is just them retiring, and they make it out like it's a big, thing they have to do when it isn't. They're just, this is their own decision. And yeah, the fact that they got, like, I wish they could have got more of a parting shot. The parting shot was so lame. It amounts to nothing at all. They killed this random, Inhuman general and some other, high up guy. Like, it really doesn't, it's not, I would have, been so much happier if they actually killed the Prime Minister, if they actually killed Malick or something. But, no. Yeah, that's it, I guess. Very short discussion for this one, but I ain't got shit to say about this one.